Hello, my name is Jim, and this is your Daily Brogue for the 4th of August, 2021, I think. So still on that second day, I'm afraid, and still not getting to the point where I want to get to discuss this topic. So I've been having this problem trying to talk about, this black pill, red pill, blue pill crap. And we've talked about this a little bit. I don't believe in the blue pill. That is, I don't believe it exists. I think it's a straw man. But I think it is meaningful. So, most of the people who are complaining about black pill, blue pill, stuff like that, I think, are usually coming at it from the viewpoint that these guys are doing something nefarious, right? There's something wrong with you if you think that everything isn't super rosy and happy for a 20-year-old guy dating. And that's just not true, right? For the 20-year-old guy, when he's first starting to date, he's in a really bad situation, right? He's at sort of the lowest point that he'll ever be. And his dating prospects improve until he's maybe about 40 or 50, keep on pretty much being the same until he's about 70. It's actually really good for the dudes as they get older. But for those first 5 or 10 years, it really sucks. Okay, those first 5 or 10 years, guys have the raw deal, right? It's when they are horniest, when their brain can only think of sex, right? Really, really fucking, it's true. It's might be a little bit of a stereotype, but it's absolutely true. Dudes, when they are that young, really, really need sex. And it's an absolutely horrible need. It's not horrible, but if you're not having any results, it's horrible. And you're not having any results because it's very hard to figure out exactly. You don't even know what you want, all right? And that's going to show up, actually. It's going to show up here in a few minutes when I start talking about this. Hopefully, if I actually get done with it this time, we will see how this turns into a super difficult time for these guys. Let's try some of these guys. Oops, fell through the floor. And the big problem that you have is that, women who don't have the same problems, women who start out at the top, right? You have to be a little bit careful there, but really, women's value is at, as far as guys are concerned, is at its highest level around 25 or so, right? And it's not that much lower later on. Okay, so we have a rat trap. These are dangerous. Let's see what we can do with F. Only I can set it up. Alright, that's okay. Oh, crap. I am going to run like hell. Oh, actually, this is a pretty good setup, isn't it? Let's kill the monkey first. Oh, this is going to be a great way to actually I mean, it's annoying. It's going to be really annoying picking all that crap up, but still, it's a great way to do that and to identify that width. What is that? That's leather armor. Oops. Did I not have my... I got scale mail. Okay. And my darts. I need my darts. Come on, darts. All right. Okay, that was that was a good idea. Okay, so we'll leave the leather armor because my scale mail seems to be fine. Okay, so it's a +0 whip. Not so great. And let's get out here and try the pink potion. Oh, incineration. Oh, crap. So I am currently not dead. I'm going to go hide in the corner before I check out what's in the room there. So, now it's not as bad as women say, right? So women don't usually want to date guys who are 20 years younger than them. So the problem that women have is that dudes don't care much as long as the woman is younger. Pretty much it's just younger. As long as the woman's good looking, the dude is pretty happy with her, right? So now there's some subjectivity in that, obviously. Transmitter lightning is more useful. I think we saw last time. Or it would have been nice to have something directly offensive to play with. Oh, I fell down here. Okay, so I'm better armed than usual, but not that much better armed. And I haven't found any strength potions. Okay, so let's see what the brown potion is. Life. Life is good. The gray potion is confusion. Bad place for confusion. So men start off at the bottom, literally at the bottom. You know, as a 20-year-old dude, you are less desirable than a 70-year-old dude. You are, you know, that wrinkled mass of nastiness is more, women find him more attractive than you, all right? That's the way it is. And you don't get to be angry about it, because that's just the way it is. You just start off at the bottom, and that's fine. It's okay to be unattractive. Now, I might say that some of these things are also true, right? So when this guy's saying things like, you know, being old is a negative when dealing with women, it probably is. So if you're trying to date a 18-year-old woman and you're a 70-year-old man or a 50-year-old man or whatever, yeah, it's going to be kind of difficult. You're right? But it's not as difficult as being a 70-year-old woman and trying to date a 20-year-old man, right? So it's a little bit different. Men start off at the bottom and are basically only interested in the women who start off at the top, and you know, they're only interested in women that are at sort of their most desirable, right? So, I mean, it's not a game that you probably want to be part of if you're a dude, right? That is not whip is not good for jelly fighting. So you're not starting off at your best. At the same time, you are in that time when your hormones are at their worst, right? So this makes for a really bad setup for you, for you as a boy. You as an 18-year-old dude, you are in trouble, right? You're uglier than an old man, and you don't have a good job. You don't have any sort of proof that you're a reliable person. That's what a good job basically means. If you're not a reliable person, then why does a woman want to date you, right? Okay, that's the best I can do. It's not bad, actually. So there we are, jelly fighters. That is our jelly fighting. We'll use. No, ooh, that's not a jelly fighting picture. There's one. There's another. There we go. Ha 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 ha. What was that other one? Oh, the Higgs portal. Okay, that's a pretty good one. I like that. So I mean, there should be a lot more sympathy for those guys than there is. I feel for them, and you should feel for them, because their life is pretty much screwed. I mean, for a couple of years now. You can remove yourself from that problem a little bit by going to school, by going to college. Right? College is a way for you to continue this sort of very nice. Things that were true in high school, right? Like, rather than using your own reliability, you use your father's reliability, your father's job, as a proxy for your reliability. Okay. And that is fine. That's fine. I mean, it's not super, but it's fine. Oh, very nice. Okay, the war axe is normal. Okay, call L a bad scroll. I've got a lot of good things here. Hopefully, they aren't in crappy vaults. Visibility. Okay, so I know everything I need to know about that whip and that war axe. Okay, there we go. Staff of Lightning. I already have a Staff of Lightning. Oops. Yes, I do. I have 3 Staffs of Lightning. Okay. I'm going to have to zap things. See how good it is. So some bad armor up there, we don't need to worry about that. And probably shouldn't have played with this dude. L is strength. Good. Those hallucinations are not disappearing quick enough. There we go. Okay. So you have to have some sympathy for these guys that are going out there and just trying to make it in the world, and they can't, right? Because they're at the bottom. They start off at the bottom. And if you're working class, it's worse, right? I mean, if, like I said, if you're middle class, then you can go to college and live off your dad's reputation for a while more, because that's what you did in high school, right? So my armor's no good, but at least it's protected. Unfortunately, my monkey has decided to make it hard for me to do other things. In this case, to avoid the toad. See, how is this constructed? So this is a dead end, so we'll explore that first. So it's really rather nasty the way people talk about these guys. I mean, except I'm going to talk bad about them too, but usually they do it with the assumption that they are in some way more privileged, is the way they'd say it these days, than the women. But in these interactions, they're not. They're the least privileged people, right? So in a lot of ways, you turn their sort of silly privilegeometer, whatever that is. I mean, we'll look from the other side to see if there's anything worth doing. If they're worshiping their, not a problem, as long as that vampire bat is there, he's not a problem, and I am not seeing anything over there worth getting until now, until one of my things ended up there because I was an idiot. Normal sort of thing. It's a potion of confusion. Not worth the fight. I said jelly fighting with a whip is not a good idea. Fortunately, my monkey is going to force my hand. Okay. It's a problem with whips. Especially a problem with the things that you can't hurt. Okay, so we have to have some sympathy for the plight, right, of these dudes, because their life sucks, right? So they turn to the red pill guys, they turn to the black pill guys after they've failed with the red pill guys. That's the usual. Get one chance with my identifier, right? So I already have the war axe, so we'll deal with that one. What have I got? Teleportation. Some food, excellent. What is that? He has a bad scroll. He has a portable. Okay. Scarlet potion. Could be anything. Okay, so I may be at the point where I have to dump the enchants into that borax. Not my favorite thing to do, but here. And what they had was a situation where they're going to break men, to try to understand what's going on with men and women. How attractive a man is to a woman and stuff like that. Okay. They made a little matrix. That matrix had 2 bits to it. The first bit was your reliability, your job, were you a good provider, is the way he said it. Because that's an old-fashioned notion that he's saying was once viable and is no longer viable. Right, as a dude, there was a time when being a good provider was considered a very good thing, right? That women did not want to get stuck with, the pretty boy who couldn't really take care of himself. But the argument is that all that has changed, right? And so being a good provider isn't very important, isn't as important as it used to be. Being able to hold down a steady job is not that important. That's going to be false, depending on what you're saying, right? This is where I'm going to start getting pretty annoyed. Okay, so the matrix has, are you good looking or are you a good provider? And there's a little bit of explanation about that, right? And the idea is that about 2 to 3% of guys are good looking and capable of being a good provider, capable of holding down a reasonable job. Maybe true. Mostly on the good looking side, because women think you're ugly, I think you're ugly, and you're ugly, right? You might think about it sort of this way. Would you buy a naked portrait of yourself, right? Is that something you're interested in purchasing? No, you're not at all interested in that. It's not a good thing. So then what's next on our list, right? Next there's the good provider, right? So we get rid of one of those two things, right? The good provider bit or the good looking bit. And so, well, I guess he goes through and he gets rid of the good provider bit first. Let's see, is there a good reason to explain that pretty reasonably? Let's just use it. Aggravate monster is wonderful. Okay, so the idea then is that lots of javelins. I did not find the way down. Okay, good. The idea is that women will be happy to sleep with those really good-looking dudes, and they are, right? And yes, it's, well, I mean, it's not fair, but I mean, in a way, it's perfectly fine. Women, of course, think all dudes are ugly. They're right. You know, the median man is, I keep saying this, I have no idea anymore if I've said it in this video. I've said it so many goddamn times. The median man is about a 3 out of 10 as far as a woman is concerned. That's how good looking you are. All right. And that's one of those things you just have to get used to, right? Yeah. Women don't like you as much as you like them. And that's basically going to remain true. The world is not going to improve for you. To have potion of no. If I had a potion of life, I could do some of those things. Let's see how good this is. G. Telepathy, good. Okay, so these guys are at the bottom of their sort of value curve. Who's this guy? Turquoise, health charm, enchanting, aggravate monsters. It turns out they need advice, right? Because they don't know what to do and stuff like that. And the only people that are offering them any advice are these charlatans, right? Are these jerks like that Roosh dude, people like that. Oh, crap. So, I mean, if that's all, if those are the only people that actually care to try to give you tips, right, then what's the issue? What's the issue with these sorts of things, right? There's hallucination there. Life there. Green is speed. Okay, so if those are the only guys that care about you, those are the only people that try to make your life better somehow, those are the people you listen to. It's totally understandable. The weird thing about these guys is the way they nice thing about that war axe, right? Look at how many so killed 4 goblins at once, right? That's pretty reasonable, right? So there's a bit of a disconnect, right, between some of the things these guys are saying some of the things that are advocating. So how would I say that? I think this is a 2. Okay, so let's throw Step of Conjuration 2 into that corner. And I don't think I need 3 of those lightnings, but I have in the past. Okay, let's see what that guy is. Remove curse. Nothing was cursed. Who's guarding the ogre? Another ogre. So we've got these guys, they don't have a lot of knowledge about women. They haven't played a lot with them, right? It's best to play with women, to spend some time with them, right? If you want to learn how to be with women, strangely enough. Although, like we said, don't take their advice. Never take a woman's advice about dating women. That's an order. I don't think they can get through because of the poison. Maybe I'm wrong. Do they not care about the poison? I don't have any reason to believe in those things. Okay, so let's get down a little bit, see what's going on. There's explosive bloat near remove curse. I don't see at this point any other things. There's an ogre there. We'll set him on fire. And a little bit of lightning. Okay. At least for now, I'm not seeing anything on the other side, except for lots of enemies. And that may be where the exit is, but nobody's found it for me yet. Getting the hell out of there. Get that destroyed. The zombie keeps hopefully. No. Looks like the exit's on the other side with all those nasties. Oh no, the exit's right here. There's another zombie. Okay, so we have basically 10% of guys are considered here. To be good providers, or to be good looking, and about 30% for good providers, which makes 3% are good providers and good looking. That doesn't make for the best, most, okay, that's a scary thing. Actually, it's a good thing. Okay, that also means that there's some way over here. The end. Pixies are annoying.